Cosmic, cosmic, cosmic. Cosmic, 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 cosmic,
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into wondrous lands whose boundaries are that of the imagination. Your next stop, the Cardone Zone.
You know what the routine is. All right, let's get this going. Welcome to another night, Monday Night Raw, Cardone's Race Corner. You know the routine. If you guys were tuning in yesterday, I think it was yesterday, we were doing some testing and stuff like that, trying to get our live videos back in. Got kind of working, but we're coming to find out, I think my one camera is just taking a crap, so unfortunately not going to be able to do it. What's up, A1 Racing? Jim, what's going on? Hotchkiss is on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys. As you guys see, the pinned, I have the one pinned on the channel. Like I said, guys, before, let's make sure we start subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you guys are having problems trying to figure out how to get the alerts on, we can run through that and show you what's going on and what you need to do. Really, it's pretty simple of how to do it. The reason I'm saying this is because we're having issues. Right? It's not that I don't want to go to it, so I'm not trying to be a sellout or anything like that. But when it comes down to it, they're really being a pain in the ass. Facebook is for me, and I can't. Pretty soon they're just gonna make it to where it's impossible for me to do anything that I normally do. So that's why we're kind of like trying to get out of it and stuff like that. So if you guys look at it right here, probably gonna stop talking about. You guys are always talking about how do we get the alerts on, stuff like that. So if you go to the channel, a pain in the ass, Facebook is for me. All right, there we go. So if you go to the channel, if you go right to the channel, You subscribe it. If you subscribe to it, it'll bring up the little bell. Like, it's probably won't let me do it because it's going to tell me, yeah, I need to sign in. But if you subscribe it, there's a little bell. You click on the little bell, and it'll give you everything you need to know, and it'll alert you. Because I have tried everything on the Facebook, and it's just constantly being a pain in the ass. So let's move on with that one and start doing what we got to do. All right, so touch base back on what we were talking about last week. We'll probably go over some videos, some results of the Wild West, Naughty Water, and Guntersville, Alabama. But got some news for you guys. Check this out. I just noticed this. Hold on, let me fix this because it keeps putting it over in the corner. All right, there we go. All right, so Pro Watercross is coming up this weekend, correct? So check this out. Kevin Scott's out there doing some work because look what allowed me to do now. Oh, I had it on my Facebook. Wonder why. Hold on a second. I don't know why, because it was on my Facebook and I saw it. I was unblocked. Let's see if we can do it this way. Where's it at? Or maybe not. It's funny because it won't do it on that computer. Let's see if it'll bring it up on here. I literally just watched. I literally was looking at the page right now. Nope. I guess it. Well, let me do it. Whatever. Screw it. I tried going back on again anyways. So if we go back over here, I saw my Facebook. It's one of those things. 50-50. Where are we at? So there we go. So they've updated their Facebook page. This is what they got going on. We got Sebring coming up this weekend, Sebring, Florida, Keystone Heights, and then they're going back to Tavares. This was to be announced one, so we're gonna be going to Tavares in June. So this is gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be pretty fast. It's gonna be April, May, June. Boom, boom, done. All right. So go over here to I saw register. Let's see if they got it open now. Registration. So we're gonna have a 2-round weekend. Let's go and click on it, see what we got. Oh, see if it'll let me do it. All right. Airshot line today. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what it does. Whoo, $70 for a membership. Yikes. Limit time 30 annual membership expires 30. Holy smokes. Let's see what we got. Triple Crown, Tour Stop. Let's do Sebring. See what the first class is. Pro-Am. Let's see what Runabout Box Stock. 120. Not bad. And then your second class will be $30. So let's say we say Sports Spec. 150 for the weekend for racing 2 classes. Come on now. So that's what you gotta do. So there's that. Accommodations, camp and RV, later on site. So there you go. So at least 220. Oh yeah, because of the $70 for the membership. Man, I wish they had the day pass. The day passes are nice. Shout out to American Jet guys letting us have a day pass. But anyway, so this is where we're at. Pro Watercross come up this weekend. Sebring, Florida. How many people are going to be showing up? How many people are not going to be showing up? Calling out the runabouts. If there's enough people in Sport Spec, I'll bring the sport boat. I haven't unloaded the trailer, so the trailer's ready to go. So I'm going to show up Friday. I'll text Kevin, see what the word is, see how many people have entered, and we'll show up. If not, we won't race. DW's in the room. So that's what we got going on this weekend right there. So make sure you guys, local boys and gals, if you're going to race, let's rally it up. If we're not, well, I understand why. Simple, easy peasy. Go into, all right, so American Jet Sport, guys, here we go. So we just had our Guntersville, Alabama race, 11-13, right there. Also, if you guys noticed, the Triple Crown, Todd Zarzinski just posted the shirts, taking orders. He's got it ready to go. Played cornhole over the weekend. Oh my God, Norm. Oh man. Ryan Steven, what's going on? How many people? Jim Almel made the swap. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. YouTube's gonna be so much easier. I promise you it will be. Once we get it going, once we get it all figured out, it'll be really good. So shout out to you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. Coming in there, making it easy. One Racing's in the house too, so thank you guys. Stupid mouse. All right, so Gunnersville, Alabama, solid weekend, really good turnout. I have to say, I thought it was really a good weekend there. We'll talk about the sprint racing. I know they had the results posted. Where were they at? So Triple Crown. So here we go. So this was the entries. So intermediate 1050, the 8 to 15. You guys had 6 on there. Shout out to Cam Spooner taking a win overall right there. Charlie Adams and Cooper Smith. Our 1050 class stock beginner novice, Jason Forge, Guy Saturi, and AJ Han. And our sports spec Triple Crown. 17 boats on the board right there. Big turnout, guys. Big turnout. That's what sports spec used to be on a regular basis when Pro Autocross was doing it on our national tour. Big turnout right there, and that right there is what we want to see. I would expect to see 18 on the line all 3 of these rounds. So taking a win was going to be Devin Farthing, followed up by Tori Snyder and Talon Farthing, and Hayden Skellett right there coming out of retirement, putting the hammer down right there easy. And then we had Noah Dolly, Caden Baldwin, Jax Rowe. Mad shout out to Jax Rowe. That dude was Iron Man that weekend. He must have rode like 6 different classes. I mean, just back-to-back stuff right there. So shout out to the Sports Spec Triple Crown guys. Good turnout right there. And then we had a runabout box stock, which we had 7 of us on the line. Jay Edworthy, Chicken Man is an animal. That dude, stock sponsons, a 325 Sea-Doo RXPX. I don't think he ever lit off. That's how he was decimating that course. Never letting off the throttle. I mean, dude, I have some videos of him just come out of the hole. You guys know the GP 1800s were usually like me and Tori and then Bouchard. I have like a boat on them, and then they just have that 1 more mile an hour, which we're going to get back. But Jay Edworthy just had like a full like this. So shout out to him taking a 1 overall. Just milled it. Bouchard coming out of retirement, coming in second. He's practicing for P1. Mad shout out to Bouchard, dude, holding it off like an animal right there. Followed up by the 239, and then Ian Nusk, I think that's how you pronounce it. Ian coming back on this next year. Last year, intermediate, wasn't really know what's going on. Took some tips and information from us from last year, and I have to say this: Ian put down a real hard race and really made it happen. So shout out to Ian coming in 4th, strong. But I just finished up 3rd, 2 3s in a row on Sunday, so I was able to take it away from him. So really good race right there. Runabout juniors, Pierce Bokum and Kylie Muir holding it down right there. And our 800 limited novice Triple Crown, you guys had 8 on the board right there. So match out right there. So Caden Baldwin coming in with a 60, with a full sweep right there. Good run right there. Cove was looking good out there also. And then Kyle Miller looking good. Noah Dolly, just good racing right there. Isabella had a good race out there also. I mean, I would say all 8 of those guys and gals, including, great racing right there. That was really... Cabrera Motorsports, you going to be there? Sweet. The MH... How many people, Markham Hart, are going to be going there? I was reading the chats. So, mad shout out to that 800 limited novice class. That Triple Crown, that's a tight class right there. Really nice. Amateur Open Freestyle, Kyle Edwards taking it. And then our B class stock, which is our 1050, which is going to be the 70760 setup for SXR 800, 4 strokes. Hans taking it over with Jax. And then your ski futures, you guys had 5 on there. Cameron Spooner taking a win over Charlie and Sebastian. Our pro runabout 1100, you guys had 6 on the board. Brad Boat coming out with a flawless victory. Jonathan McHenry taking a 2nd, not really racing a boat that he's not used to, but jumping on and doing it. And then Sebastian Wilcox coming in with a 3rd. Pro runabout 1100, you guys had 6. Brad taking it with Jonathan and Mason. And then your Triple Crown Ski GP, 8 on the board. Now I have to get a mad boo to you guys. Lots of money on the board. All you gotta do is have 18 show up on the line. 18. How you guys gonna throw away 20 grand is blows me away. You Ski GP guys have all the money tied up in these boats, and we don't have any racing. Nobody wants to pay. Nobody wants to do this. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking crybabies, man. Jimmy Wilson coming out there with that Kawasaki, making it happen. Devin Farley right there with David Cabrera. Cabrera looking good on that brand new boat. Camden Powell out there. Sean Dudek come out there holding it down with his boat. Ski Vets 40 plus. Stock, Kelly Wilcox taking it with a Thomas Lambert coming in second, and Kelly Neal and Hans Neal. Shout out to our boy Thomas Lambert, one of our, was my pit buddy right there. The most wholesome, down-to-earth, great guy, and his wife. The most warm, welcoming people. It was a pleasure to pit with those guys. It made us feel a part of their family. So, match out those guys. Also, he has a bunch of parts for you stand-ups guys, so check out his page. He's got a bunch of stuff right there. Triple Crown, we talked about that one. Vets, there we goes that. Runabout 11 Heart Stock, which is the Sparks, Gregory Hill, and Kenneth Poole. Sport Spec Jr., you guys had 4 right there. That's our future. Cameron Spooner come out there with Haley Smith and Colt Meyer. And our 1500 AB Stock Kawasaki. So it'll be Nate, Harrison, and Justin. I believe that's it right there, right? I believe that's it. Yeah, so both days. So, good weekend right there all the way around. I'm pretty stoked to see what they got going on. And I believe their next race is going to be May 30th and June 1st, which is going to be Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's a 50-50 chance that I'll be there or not be there. It just depends on how many people are going to show up for the runabout guys. So if you guys got a runabout 5 ski class, nice. Good turnout. And got beat by a 12-year-old. He played cornhole over the week and got beat by a 12-year-old. That's freaking hilarious. Oh, man, that's freaking hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. So Chattanooga, Tennessee is coming up there May 30th. So let's go over here to our, see what our flyer scene is going to be, which is going to be our, this one. Let's see. So we're in April. End of April is going to be Pro Watercross Triple Crown. Then we're going to go into May. So the first weekend, it looks like the first weekend of May. Let's see. Let's look at this. I don't know when you guys are going to learn you guys can't prank call me. My phone doesn't accept any kind of calls anymore. So, sucks to be you. So May. So the first weekend of May will be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So there's nothing to be reversed. So the 5th and 6th. Yeah, so 9th and 11th, which will be the second weekend. Right? So it's going to be 9th and 11th. It's going to be Chester Frost Park, Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is going to be the sprint racing. And then Lake Aberdeen, the 10th and 11th also will be the PNW Water X Racing. And then the 16th, 18th, Camp Far West, Whitland, California, the Wild West guys. The 17th and 18th, Keystone Heights, Florida, Pro Watercross, Triple Crown. The 24th and 25th will be Paris, Texas, Outlaw Series, Naughty Water. Your 30th and the 1st will be Chattanooga, Tennessee, American Jet Sport Association. And the 30th and the 1st will be East Coast Watercross. If you guys have been following East Coast Watercross, Dudek has been on a mission of getting racing. It was even more fun to watch Bobby Cardone. It was a miniature cornhole. Jeez. Oh, man. So, that's what we got going here, guys. Remember, on the PWC race schedules, Kirsten does a great job of putting this together, and this was just updated. So, this is what we'll be going focused on. So, make sure you guys got that. So, we'll close that one out real quick. I don't want to say anything because I'm actually like on a real groove. Everything's going pretty smooth. So we already talked to American Jet Sport guys. They got that one going down. So our East Coast Watercross. Remember guys, he is reaching out for your sponsors. If you want to get a part of it, he's still reaching out. Get yourself on the shirt. He's got a good plan for you guys. If you guys want to get on board, message Dudek and he'll let you know what kind of tiers you can have and be a part of it. Dude's on a mission. I'm telling you right now, the dude is on a mission. So all you people, you need to make sure you pay attention because Dudek is taking it to another level. Can't say much of what he's already told me what's going down or his plans are. But I can promise you this. You best get all your boats ready. And you just best get all your gear ready because there's going to be mad racing coming out of East Coast Watercross. Just a lot of racing. Let's see what they got going on. I believe their first race, their first winter race. When is their first winter race coming up? What is your schedule there, Dudek? Where's it at? Let's see if we can find it. We'll go right to the East Coast Watercross page. Let's see what our tour is. Our first day. First race is going to be May 30th, June 1st. Location to be announced. I don't, Dudek, have you announced what the first race is going to be? I don't know if he's in the room. Let me just text him real quick. He's probably welding away. I think he said something. I just don't think it was updated. Let's see what he says. So I know we got Sylvan Beach coming June 20th, 22nd, July 11th, 13th. Lasonia, New Hampshire. Is that the one it's going to be? I thought he posted it somewhere. I just couldn't remember where he posted it. It wasn't on the page. August 1st and 3rd, Plattsburgh, which would be the Triple Crown, which would be round 3. And then August 22nd, 24th, Watkins Glen. And then September 5th and 7th would be Sylvan Beach. Oh, it does say it. It says right there. Look at that. Idiot. So May 30th, June 1st will be Laconia, New Hampshire. NorCal in the house. What's going on, Mitch? Yeah, so just approved. Laconia, New Hampshire, May 31st. Practice May 31st. Practice 1 to 5 races. Saturday race. Sunday. Literally walked out the door now with them. Nice work. So wait, so that one is locked in. So that is going to be your first race, Region 8, May 30th, June 1st, Laconia, New Hampshire. And you will have a practice race too, practice day also. So mad shout to that one, pulling together. I'm not going to lie, guys. If you are a promoter and you're able to get Friday's practice in, now I understand that sometimes it costs money because of your insurance deals or your medics. When you guys are pitching these things with with your cities, you know, stuff like that, I don't understand. Some cities, they fund or they supply medics, or sometimes you got to pay for it. But emphasize that Friday's practice can really help the weekend go down. A, it helps get your track orientation under control, and B, it helps you guys as promoters, staff, course marshals, your flag tower, get your timing. It really helps you guys base out your weekend, because if you got any problems going down, it can be handled Friday right away. Because if you get it handled Friday while practice is going down, you'll try to get it going down and make it happen for Saturday. Because if you get practice all done, everybody's hit the water, Saturday morning you start your riders meet 8, 9 o'clock, you get your first, anyone that hasn't rode or didn't get Friday's practice, you can get them orientation on that, get that out of the way, and by 10 o'clock you should have your first race, right? That really helps Friday. So mad props, everyone is getting the practice down Friday. I know a lot of you guys are complaining because you got to pay like $10 or something like that. Dude, just pay the money. It doesn't hurt to practice. If your boat fucks up or something happens on your ski, you have some kind of issues, get it fixed Friday and get it handled and then you can race on Saturday. Nothing sucks than traveling all like 12 hours to a race and then hell breaks loose. So East Coast Watercross, they got their first race coming up. So mad shout out to that one right there. That looks good for those guys. Wild Wild West, these guys had a phenomenal weekend going down, really holding it down. Cliff always making it look good out there. Good weekend out there. Caleb's looking good. He's still come through surgery. If you guys are following on Caleb, he's looking better, gonna get through it. And a lot of people did the GoFundMe raising up for that one, so making it happen for that. Really looking good on that one. So if we go over here, let's see, we had some starts. I know Ben sent me a bunch of videos. So I think we watched, all right, let's go to Chris. Chris sent me some good ones too. So we didn't get a chance to go through a lot of videos on from Wild Wild West. So I wanted to make sure we go over that. And we have the results too that we can go over. There's some carnage. Guys had a huge lineup in spec class. Can we just talk about that perfect lineup with nobody moving? So this is the best thing about, this is what we talk about with having lights. No movement except a little bit. Look at all these. No movement. Perfect lineup right there. The horns go for a while. Did I hear Normie taking a whole shot? No. Stop it. Norm didn't get a whole shot. That boat was moving. Look at that one right there. Digging. There must be an X2 out there, right? Why I say that? Listen. Here. There had to have been an X2 out there. Only X2 sound like
Forward, yeah.
Hey, nothing worse than having boats parked on the line. I know this for a fact. Ooh, you could already tell that boat, that second on the pole position right there, was having issues. Watch, you could already tell this boat right here was having problems just from the get-go. Watch, didn't get it cleared out, right? And you can tell it's gonna bog immediately. Right here, watch. Blah. Immediately, you can tell. This is the worst area to be, too. And then he's broken foot. All right, so that's that one. And then let's go. Let's see what we got. Patrick Parker got the whole shot. I'm late. What I missed? Christian, you missed everything, dude. You're late. Sure sounds like one. No X2s, huh? Just straight pipe blaster. No. You're not supposed to have a straight pipe blaster. It's got to have a water box. That's illegal. Huh. A straight piped blaster in sport class is 100% illegal. It's got to have a water box. Next stop, Camp Far West, May 16, 18. Big money, big lines. All right, so right here we got our entries, results for that weekend, which was Bakersfield, California, Lake Buena Vista Recreation, Patrick Parker. All right, so junior ski only had one out there. Got to get the juniors out there, guys. Get your juniors showing up. 13 to 15, you guys had 3. Gavin, Noah, and Brandon. Women's sports spec, 6 girls on there. Ariana taking first, Tammy and Tessa. X2 open, you guys had 4 on the board. What's that say? It says Bill, Parker, and Johnny. And then our 550 limited. You guys have vintage classes crazy over there. I say it every time. So Luke, Adam, and Jesse taking it. 4-stroke lights. There looks like 6 of them. Gavin, Caden, and Ryder. Which way is it gonna go? Wrong way. What are we doing? All right, there we go. Women's lights. You girls had 4. So it was Chris, Kayla, and Ariana. And then your stock 1500. You guys had 4 on the board. Anthony, Madison, and Jeremy. Runabout 1100 stock. Not a big lineup. 5 right there. So Justin, Gabrielle, and Zachary. Women's vintage. Girls had 5 out there. So Rachel, Zoe, and Kayla. Or Kyla. It's Kyla. My bad. Ski lights. You guys had 4. So Gavin, Joe, and Travis. But sports spec 16 on the board. Let's see if that was. Yeah, 14 on the board, man. So Patrick Parker taking it all the way. David Garcia and Daniel Irist. Good win up right there. Good lineup right there. I mean, been trying to say that. Water box is a must. Yeah, it's in the rule book. It's 100% illegal. I mean, we were just talking about the blasters getting every damn thing you could possibly imagine underneath the sun, and you're literally still cheating without a water box. Like, come on. Jeez. It's not a free ride. Vet stock 1500. You guys got 4 on the board. Kevin, Paul, and Monty. Vintage open. You guys had 6 over there. So Adam, Nasty Nick, and Matt. Ski GP. You guys had 6 on the board right there. So it's Ian. Is that Karis Webster, and then Patrick. And then your 550 mod 8. Dude, this vintage class is insane. So Andrew Sincere getting it. Nick, and then Jake. X2 Limited, 10. Again, Nasty Nick taking it with Jay Hummer and then Noah. Runabout Naturally Aspirated, you had 2. Runabout Stock, only 2. Brian and Jonathan, man. And Run What You Brung, 2. So Rachel taking it right there with a Cowie, and then Nolan Glock. Man. Shout out to those guys right there with the Wild West. They got another race coming up. Looking forward to seeing what those guys can do. True, there are a few with them, but still super loud. The TDR water boxes, they don't sound like that. The TDR water boxes sound like just a real rasp, deep sound. I'm ready to stir that pot, Patrick. What would Patrick say? Where's he at? Yeah, talk about the Seal and the 760 BS. Let's just finish highlighting everybody, and then we'll get into that conversation. I mean, if we really want to, we can. So, Naughty Water right here. They got their weekend. Good, like they looked like they had a really good turnout. I'm not gonna lie. King Galliford taking some awesome photos out there. Like, man, look at that picture. I mean, that's serious right there. Ken always takes some great pictures out there. I told you guys 100 times. Take care of, that's the Hill Racing right there. Take care of your photographers. Take care of your photographers. Take care of your photographers. We run deep in NorCal, Northern Nevada Vintage Crew. Listen. Mad props to the vintage guys. I'm telling you right now, that West Coast vintage world is serious. Zarzinski, what's the matter? Todd's like, okay. That was X2 warming up his ski during the race. Nah, bro, you could hear him running it all the way. No way. Don't make me bring the video back up. You could hear him on the start, and he was running it. Oh, warming up on the side? Nah, I don't think so, man. I think he was racing. But maybe I was wrong, Mitch. You could be right. So, let's see if we got this. Sundays. Let's just go back. Let's see what we got here. That's Sundays. I want to see what Saturdays. It's all over the place. There we go. Let's try to do it this way. So this was going to be round 6, which will be Sundays. And then here we go. This will work. There we go. Getting back in the groove, damn it. Unbelievable. Mitch is like, ha ha. Now do you say it like that? It could have been in the background warming up on the side, but it sure as hell sounded like it was racing in the line, though. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to bring the video back up just to clear the air, because that kind of got me thinking now, because it kind of makes a point, but it still sounds like it could have been a blaster out there with a straight pipe. All right, so race 1, our Naughty Water Lake Havasu guys, which is gonna be Saturday. Good turnout. Hold on a second. Let me see what we got here. We got people sending me stuff. Ooh, this is a good one. Deegan Newton posted a drone footage. All right, hold on a second. Let's do that one real quick. Let's do that real quick. You know, since we're able to play music and audio now. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, you got that you.
Does that sound like Mississippi Lady?
Yeah, you got that you.
That's that X2 class too, boy.
Yeah, you got nasty boots.
Ooh, wow, dude. That guy got out there like a... That was clear as day. Look at the green right there. Look at that jump. I'm sorry, we keep pausing. Watch the light. Green. Gone. See ya. Nice. Was that you, Jay?
Yeah, you got
Nice slow-mo cut. Hell yeah. That's Deacon right there. Oh, man. Look at the head movement on Deegan. What are we doing? Come on. I love the slow-mo. Look at the head movement. Ready? Look. Nice. Nice video. I would love to see the whole thing. It would have been nice to see a full video. That was sick, dude. That was clean. Not gonna lie. All right. Let's go back to our naughty water. Pre-race safety check, not to enforce the rules on being legal or not. I sent you some drone footage on Messenger. David, you sent me some too? You guys send it to my personal account. Not the, yeah, so send it to Bobby Cardone, not the 239 Race Boat. It won't let me check. I can't check it. It won't let me check while I'm live streaming. Yeah, it won't let me do it. So, send it to me, we'll go into it. Billy Briggs in the room. All right. Let me catch up in the chat room real quick. Hold on. I feel like the water box or lack therefore is something that should be caught in pre-race tech. I'm just saying. So, before we go into results, let's just think about this for a second, guys. We've talked about this a couple times, right? We've talked about this a couple times. Pre-race tech inspection, right? Garcia, I got it. I'll do it right now. Let's finish this conversation, right? Pre-race tech inspection. We need to get this through our mindset. 100%, you guys have to absorb this, embed it in your head, acknowledge it in your head that it's only a safety check. Period. That's what it is. Period. That's what it's going to be, and that's what it's always going to be. Safety check. Make sure the tow lanyard's on there. Make sure there's no sharp edges or protruding edges on the side. Make sure the bond rail is clear of any kind of sharp foreign objects. Make sure you have no skags on the bottom of your hull. There are going to be sharp protruding objects. Make sure your kill switch comes off like it's supposed to and shut the engine off. Make sure there's no fuel leaks, oil leaks, or any contaminants that can be bilged out into the water, because then we are polluting our water. That has to be checked. Make sure all caps are tight. All safety personal protective gear, i.e. your helmet, life vest. And I have to tell you guys this right now. After the incidents that we've been having in the last few years, and this isn't because of the sport just being dangerous, because it is dangerous. It's just the sport is becoming more competitive like it always has been. And the reality is this. You should be rocking a badass helmet. If you're only spending $90, anything under $200 on a helmet, it ain't gonna protect you. I'm telling you that right now, it's not gonna protect you. I've rode street bikes for a long time, and I've seen badass shoey $1,200 helmets. Dude falls and it is shattered, right? But he also fell at 90 miles an hour and hit the ground hard. Protected his helmet head. I mean, he was busted up pretty good. The reality is, when a boat hits you, you need something that's going to protect you. Don't even tell me shoes should be a requirement. I'm going to protest that 100 ways to the full. I don't give a shit about shoes. I think shoes are a drowning scenario, right? I think they're dangerous. They have pros and cons with shoes. Don't get me started on shoes. I hate shoes. I won't wear shoes. I can't stand wearing shoes. I hate it. Period. Can't swim with shoes on, all right? Fucking telling you that right now. So make sure, listen, our inspection, pre-tech inspection is not tech, it's a safety inspection. Now, if you guys want to implement, it should be, it should be a tech, everything should be caught, then maybe you guys should start thinking about chipping in extra money on your entry fees, and then they have real deal tech inspection. Then then there would be a mandatory be there Friday between X and Y time, so all boats and watercraft can be teched in correctly. That means your techs are gonna get painted, they can get fucking certain zip ties put on or lockout things on them and all that stuff. I mean, really, that's just where it's at. That's what I think. No shoes is wild. I've been racing no shoes since the beginning. The only time I ever wore shoes is because P1 made it mandatory, and Michelle caught me wearing no shoes, so I took them off, and she told me if she ever caught me not wearing shoes again racing P1, I'd be banned from the race. So that's the only time I'll ever wear shoes. You see me put shoes on at a race, it's super, super cold, or we're racing at West Virginia, nasty ass river, and it's just disgusting. I'll wear shoes then. I pay extra money for tech. So what I was saying is, then it would just be a mandatory be there Friday. You guys would have to be there Friday, because there's no way you're gonna do a mandatory tech inspection on a Saturday morning. Now, obviously, we're not gonna tear motors down, we're not gonna do this, that, but Prime example, if it's runabout box stock, you're gonna check the supercharger, make sure that's right, make sure everything that's supposed to be box stock is supposed to be. Then you're gonna get everything marked. All boxes get marked. All the e-boxes, everything get marked, everything get done. And if you go Saturday in your first moto and you get brought in and that stuff's been broke, DQ'd. But you guys keep talking about you want. First thing you gotta do is show up. That's what you guys gotta do. You gotta show up first. Fill the lines up, show up, then the promoters will work with you. If you don't show up, no shoes is not that wild on the sit down. On the sport boat, I don't race no shoes sport boat. I practice on a stand-up no shows either. I can't ride a stand-up with shoes on. I've tried a million times. I just feel stupid. All right, you guys got me amped now. Let's get on the sport topic. Norm says sport doesn't grow if there's no enforcement. How do we approach this? I mean, I want to approach it like nonchalantly. The one thing I can say about let's just talk about in a general aspect, right? If you know someone's cheating, you should make it known. If you legitimately know that person is cheating, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, in the circle track racing, dirt track racing, the bomber class, all these cars, they don't fuck around. If someone's cheating, all hell breaks loose. And that person is spotlighted like there is no tomorrow. This is the only sport that cheaters don't get spotlighted. I've been following sports all over the place, automotive sports. I'm telling you right now. Circle track race, Chris Ennis, if he's in the room, he'll tell you that shit, they don't play with cheating. Zero. They will blast that person. There will be a Facebook post in a group highlighting that cheater. There'll be video of the dude shaming the guy all the way to his trailer, right? We are the only sport that does not spotlight cheating. I'm just saying, it really is. We're the only sport. There's no ESPN news coming on. Oh, today's news over the weekend, Bakersfield, California. Nairm Yee was caught with a mod blaster, ported cylinders, blah 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 blah. How dare Norm Yee come in there with a cheater boat like, ban his ass? I'm just saying, right? What are you guys scared of? What's the problem? What are you scared of? You guys can't turn to me to spotlight everybody. I'm already hated as this. I'm not gonna publicly shame somebody unless it's already been publicly shamed in the first place. Then I'll talk about it. I'm not gonna take the first step for you guys to coattail ride this ass. Call them out. Make sure the promoters are doing it. We've told you this guys before. Make a paper trail. If any promoter is not accepting a petition protest, everybody shut Norm. I'm sorry, Norm. I was just using it because it was the easiest one I can come up with fast. If any promoter does not accept a protest, whether you believe it's fair or not fair, if you do not accept a protest, you are the problem. That's number one. Number two, P1 afraid of Yamaha pulling out. Number two, the rider should be accountable too. If second place, third place, fourth place aren't petitioning or having issues, I don't give a shit if you're last place, right? Now here's a concept I've heard before. Everybody's like, well, it doesn't matter. You weren't even in the top of the race. It does matter. It doesn't matter if I was 10th and there was 20 people on the line. If first through fifth were caught cheating, guess what? I'm in 5th place now. I'm just saying, right? It doesn't matter what place you are. It should be valid that someone feels that there's an unfair advantage, and we just need to accept it. We need to grow in the sport that acknowledge the fact that we're grown-ass people. We got children, our kids racing with us, and we should lead by example, right? Not everybody gets a participation trophy, but not everybody can cheat to get a participation trophy. Like, seriously. Now, I get there's some gray areas. There's always going to be gray area racing, right? There's nothing wrong with gray area racing. That's what makes racing great. if you're intelligent enough to find the areas that are great and they're successful for you, and it's just like it's not really cheating, it's not really in the rule book, we can't pin you, but you're doing good, then that's racing. Period. That's what I'm saying. Well, you guys have to do something about it. If you guys don't like the Zeal fucking electronics and the 760 cylinders, then fucking protest it, man. We had the opportunity. Which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? Is it going to be this one? I think it's... Nope.
Welcome to the party, pal.
That would work. That'll work just fine. You guys had the opportunity when IJSBA posted considered rule amendments, adding XYZ. You guys can email your concern and submit. It's fucking easy. It really is. If you guys are so hell-bent on all this bullshit, why didn't you email? Why wait till the first race? Oh, the blaster beat my ass. Why did you guys wait? Where were you 2 months ago? And you ski GP crybabies also. The damn same thing. He made the post saying amendment ideas have been submitted. Here they are. If you have a problem, fucking email. And none of you guys did anything until he changed it and did whatever he did for the stupid body, whatever the hell that, your fins on the front. You guys had to, oh, now we can do it, blah, blah, blah. You guys had the opportunity. You guys are the laziest people I've ever met in my life. It's unbelievable. You guys cry. Listen to the chat room right now. You're all a bunch of fucking crybabies. But how many of you actually emailed and said, I don't think that's going to work. I want to protest that. I want to put in my vote for no. And if you got the emails in the paper trail, then post them. Then you have a leg to stand on. Not after round one. Hey Scott, yeah, that blaster kicked my ass. Yeah, Scott, that HX, this is some bullshit. He's not allowed to have. We just can't do this anymore. Yeah, hey Scott. Yeah, that pro watercraft is just illegal. Come on, guys. Come on. Get a fucking bone. Guys are serious, man. Like, seriously. It's easy for me to come in here and just talk shit. It really is, right? But I'm not trying to be shitty, right? What's it say? What did it say? What did it say? There's 56 mile per hour HXs out there, and we need the Zeal. Bullshit, David. There ain't no 56 mile an hour HX. If it's 56 mile an hour, it's running carburetors. I'm telling you. Check the freaking squish. Check the timing. The only time an HX will ever get to that speed is timing. Pull the front cover off and see if that fucking mark has been moved. There's another one, you guys. Damn, if HX even like here, even if that HX moved that much timing, whoo, that's game over. Call him out. It's impossible for HX, stock HX, to do 56 mile an hour. It's impossible. Unless it's been modded. I'm telling you right now. 52, 53, that's pushing it with prop and legal sport boat. I know a lot of the Hill Racing, Nickerson Performance, myself, Absolute Performance, Robert Saya, Eric Digler, Matt Johnson, Christian Daly. I mean, Daly's got some fast boats. 52, 53, all those boats, max. And they were competitive boats out there, HXs. And they were legal boats. Come out here. Come at me and tell me a 56 mile an hour HX, you guys got some serious fucking problems on the West Coast. You guys better start crying. You should be, that boat tore down. Also, here we go. HX, if you got a 20-pound rider on there, someone that weighs 50 pounds, that thing is riding itself. With 2 gallons of gas in it, if you're filling your HX full of gas, there's problem number one. If it's plowing like this the whole time through, there's your other problem. It's weight. Weight, agility, youth. That's the only way these sport boats are winning. If you guys really want to keep crying, they'll eliminate sport class. We can all ride EXs and fucking Sparks. Because that's the only manufactured boats out there. If you guys keep fucking crying, that's where we're going to be going to next. I mean, seriously. I agree, no doubt. Damn, your blood pressure, bro. If you're cheating, you're a loser. If you're cheating, you're a loser. Damn, let's see what my blood pressure is right now. My watch hasn't said shit yet. I'm 96. Oh, that was 13 minutes ago. It was 96 beats per minute. Let's see what it says right now. I'm at 103 beats per minute. You guys happy? There you go. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. 106 beats per minute. Passion. I was excited. I'll never be a 90-pound beanpole. It's not fair. Man, I don't even eat race weekend. Friday night, my stomach is like filling the porta potty up. My nerves are so fired and shot out. I don't eat nothing in the morning. I don't eat no damn lunch. And you'd be lucky on Saturday night I eat dinner, right? This is how I've always been. I don't know why. Got you, bro. Mitch, I love it, dude. So, man. So that's what I'm saying. There's no tech. How do you know there isn't? Who said there's no tech? What's Norm on? Let's see what Norm's on. Let's go here. You guys got me fired up. Sometimes people forget there is better riders than you. I'm with that one. A1 Racing and Bailey Cunningham coming from Australia come to race here in the States a couple years back in P1 really got an eye opener. He said it to me, we were sitting right here. He was staying with me. He said, "Man, there's some real deal talent racing here, man. The Australian coast does not understand the type of racing that America has." And that goes to tell you, like, sometimes you can have the best of the best and you still suck. I mean, it's just true. Not everybody's a Max Verstappen, you know what I'm saying? Or Pastrani, whatever the guys are, you know? Look what happened to Daniel Ricciardo. If you want to talk about talent, the dude was with Red Bull killing it, and he should have stayed there. He got greedy, went to McLaren, and sucked, right? And then he kept sucking and kept sucking, right? Sometimes you are the best, and your equipment sucks, and it sucks. Or your equipment's the best, and you still suck. If you think they're cheating, call them out. I'm down with that one, man. I think that's just where it needs to be. We got the chat room going. Brian Baker, what's going on? You're late, Brian. You missed out a bunch of stuff. David Garcia, no doubt. I have zero problems with the Zeal and 760. I love it. Who? David Garcia said that one, right? Let's just see what this thread is. Zero problem with that. Kevin Chan says, David Garcia, where? Let me know where to find them. Ask Parker. You guys are picking on Parker so bad. I'm gonna laugh. If you guys tear down Isabel Parker's stuff and there's nothing going on, well, wait, here's another one. For all those haters, behind the scene haters that talk mad shit behind the doors, but they'll never put it out in public. You ever get busted for talking shit and come to find out the boat was 100% legal? Your ass better go in there and make a public fucking apology and say, you know what? I was talking mad shit and I thought that boat was a cheater and I'm sorry. Right? I'm not saying David or anybody is, but I'm just saying I never saw the amendment to initially it was 760 or Zeal. It says and or. It does say that. Billy Briggs says, fuck me. Shut that shit up. Glenn Bradshaw says, if a spec is going 56 miles per hour, it needs the tech. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. I guarantee you, there's all the top HX riders will tell you right now. If it's doing 56 miles an hour, that motherfucker's got timing like there's no tomorrow, and it's got 40 carbs on it. I guarantee it's got 40 carbs and timing, 100%. Or even better, what is it? The rotary valve has been modded to hell, right? Super modded. Telling you right now, ain't no spec legal HX doing 56 miles an hour. Telling you right now. Please show me. You show me that spec legal boat. I promise you. Show me that boat. Lopez is in here. No protest was filed. 88 heads for HX. I'm telling you, man, that shit will not happen again. Sarzinski says that shit will not happen again. Put your money up or shut up is key. Exactly. Osborne says shit. McKinney is in house. The Godfather spec rules. McKinney made this shit happen for us, dude. He built. I'll call people out Money Pit. That's funny, Norm. A cheater is one more pump wash and a boat in the way, whether they are in the lead or not. Shouldn't be on the line at all. Scott McKinney is in here, man. What's up? Norm whines about all HXs. I'll DQ myself. Oh, man. Let's go back to the comments. I was killing at Bakersfield Moto 2 Blaster. Then nope, the exhaust hose blew off and melted. It got towed in. Norm fixed it ASAP. That was a Normie boat too, wasn't it? Christian says, I also find it interesting before Zeal was legal. The book said manually adjustable, but now it refers to Zeal as a programmable. So there is a difference. Manual, well, because MSD has that little, like you can adjust it. There's that on that one. So that was what they allowed on that one. The programmable is like the whole timing curve, because the thing with the program is there could be a switch. You can have a whole shot switch, and then you can have a regular switch. Who the hell's McKinney? McKenna? I don't know how to say it. My bad, Scott. My bad. Best thing is I just put fuel in it. We were called out last year for cheating with our HX in Buena Vista. Now tables have turned. Jim, because your kid weighs what? How much did your kid weigh at that time? He was like nothing, right? 50 pounds? Both flies. What's up? Patrick Parker is probably who was talking about. Oh, Patrick Parker. My bad. Test the fuel? Please. Hey, why even have a rule on the fuel, right? Why even have the rule on fuel? No one's testing fuel. The only fuel that can be tested for ethanol is E85. I say let the fuel run. If you want to run race fuel, run it. You want to run corn? Run it. Let them have fun. We can't test fuel anyways, so it doesn't matter. They all want to talk about we can test fuel. Man, it's gonna take a fucking chemistry lab to come out with all the shit to test fuel. It ain't gonna happen. Or just plain simple, that smells like race fuel. You're DQ'd. I mean, what are we gonna do? I'm just here talking shit. A1 says totally agree, Bobby. Unless you have proof, either put up or shut up. It's poured down twice, passed both times. Not Isabella. Wall of shame. It's gonna happen. I'll rewatch from the start after it. I could swap B1s with farting and doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm good to win. Talent is talent. That's all right. You could put. Let's just put all aside. Devin Farthing, Iron Man it. Ski lights, or GP ski lights, and then sport class, right? If you put in as much dedication and time as riding, prime example, Hayden Skellett. Hayden took 4 years out of racing, all through high school. The dude was doing track and field and football. Now he's been training for firefighter and EMT now. So the kid is absolutely a walking muscle, right? When you are that fit, you literally can just hold on to this the entire time. Every pro racer is going to tell you, as long as you can hold this is a throttle, as long as you can hold this and hang on, you can win a race. That's what P1's all about. Just holding it wide open. Stop crying. I get my ass handed to me all the time. And you can ask Dustin Farther, anybody, I'll tell you straight up. I just didn't put enough time in there. I pushed outside my limits. If I would spend 3 days in the gym a week, I guarantee you I'd be way more competitive. It's called Road to Sparks. No methanol. Ow! E85 that shit, man. Let them run it. E85 means more timing. Let all those 4 strokes just burn to the ground because nobody knows how to let off. Smells good. Thank you for your show. Kent Wild West going to be a huge sport class. Money. I'm down with that one. That Wild West has got money on the line for sport class. So let's wrap it up. We went on a tangent, big time. No race fuel. Scott, I mean, how are you gonna police race fuel? They don't even police in P1. There's race fuel. Dude, the VP cans of fuel, that's race fuel. How are you going to police it? Honestly, I want to know the honest facts in the chat room. We've got 10 minutes. I want to know the honest, true answer. How are you going to tech fuel the proper, correct way? Oh yeah, we got David Garcia's videos too. You know, while we're waiting on that right there. Let's see what we got here. What's this? Chris was talking about this one. No, I'm not gonna put up there. Chris was saying, in-depth discussion with Scotty for years on this very topic. By the way, an HX can do 56 legally, but the HX is a big track boat. The only advantage of Blaster has on HX in terms of performance is acceleration off the start. I'm telling you right now. Don't believe it. No stock legal HX doing 56 mile an hour. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't believe it. I'm waiting on the fuel testing stuff before I continue. So let's get this video while we got the chat room filling up. Oh, this is the full video. Or a different one. Dude. Let's just turn the weed eater off. Did you see that one dude sitting right there in the blaster? He almost ate it right there. Well, that's an HX. I love this. Look at that. 3 wide right there. Look at that. That was sick. All blasters out front. And FYI, those purple blasters were good hauls. Just saying. Here's another thing with the blasters. Dedication too, like HX and the blasters. Here's another thing. Finding the right blaster that was laid the right way, has a good haul, and is a true haul, right? There's another advantage. You guys have a fucking blaster that you picked up in the barn at some Joe Schmo beach, beat up. That thing ain't tracking worth shit. You got a blaster that like has this like crazy lean to it all the time. That's not normal. That's a shitty haul. There's more speed right there. That blaster looks good though. That purple, that blue one, I love the colors. That's David, that's yours too, isn't it? Drone comes in, just pings you, ping, bounces right off your head on the start. That'd be freaking hilarious. I think that was, is that all of them? Yeah. All right. All right. Back to the room. Let's see what we got here. Scroll up. You think you have an ignition problem now? Add race fuel and see what happens. The thing is, couldn't you specifically gravity test the fuel? Thanks, Jim. Region 6 rocks. Matt Voss. Couldn't you so Scott says you think you have ignition problems now, add race fuel and see what happens. The problem is race fuel is out there. Like for instance, the blasters are able to run avgas, right? It's not really race fuel, but it is a oxygenated fuel. More oxygen, more fuel burn, right? Why would you use avgas? Because it's for aviation. It's more oxygenated because at higher elevations, less oxygen. That's how they take the fuel. Technically, if you think about that, that's considered a race fuel. It has an advantage to fuel, right? How do you test avgas? Gravity, stuff like that. VP makes 93 octane that is pure 93 octane, right? A higher level, cleaner fuel. I mean, technically that is considered race gas, right? I'm telling you right now, there's boats out there that I know are running race fuel, 2-stroke and 4-stroke. I mean, I'm just saying, like, why even have the rule there when it's not a policed item? It really isn't. I'm with you, Scott. I know for a fact when we build our cars, especially with our turbos, superchargers, and prochargers, we see a big difference when we run E85 to keep our intake temps down. Cooler intake temps, more timing, more power, right? A syringe from the tank and do a buoyancy test, I think it's called. I don't think that's gonna work. The race to 56. Bring a lab on the trailer or send it out to a lab and it costs about 500 each. See? It's not worth it. So why even worry about it? 3760 yard and everybody. Just like carts, NASCAR, you buy the fuel from the race promoter. I remember seeing that too. On the purple red wetsuit. Daniel Ernest boat. That's what it is, Daniel's boat. We can't run leaded fuel, Bobby. How do you know? Who said you can't? It says you can't, but how are you going to test it? You kept up with the Patrick Parker. I'm wondering, kid, are you going 56? Should we tech your boat? There's lead test. Avgas wouldn't pass that. Most areas is 100 low lead avgas. There's a lead test. AV gas wouldn't pass that. Avgas is illegal, period. It's leaded. Just saying. Look how quick all you guys are saying it. Scott, you're on point. But are we testing? Are we testing? Like, you guys all want to talk about the sport being legit and all this other stuff, but none of you guys are stepping up to the plate and calling it for what it is. I've been in the game long enough. I've seen it. Listen, I don't think fuel is going to give you an advantage. I just don't think it can. But if it is, there's got to be other things on top of it. And I've raced with some of the fastest and the top talent racers out there in the sport class. I really have. You West Coast guys, if you guys would come over on this coast and race some of our of the sport guys, you guys would get a real awakening. It's constant battles 24/7. Practice is a full race moto. Some of the best talent racers. And the reason why I say that is because we never had novice spec class, beginner spec class, women's spec class, blaster only spec class. We didn't have any of that shit. It was first time racing sport class, get thrown in with all the pros. I was racing with Sam Nemi, Glenn Young, who else was out there? Some of the, Ken Waddle, Mark Landis, of course Landis' dad. Some of the best, Johnny Smith, some of the best sport guys you could ever imagine. First time ever racing. I'm in the middle of all this nonsense, right? You are a survivor of those around you, and that's what makes it best, right? That's how you can become better, and that's how you continue to drive. If you're competitively close in the sport class, now, if you're competitively close on an HX and a blaster, and when I say competitively close, when you all take off the line and you're pretty much within a boat, that's legal. That's good boats. If someone's out there and starts lapping everybody, look at the conditions of the water. Look how the rider's riding. Is that person probably just fit and can handle it better than you can? If a boat launches out on the start and it's like 4 boats out there, then that's a question. If the race leader is like, if you know someone that's really good and really talented and is doing good, and someone comes all the way from the back of the pack and runs down the leader within 3 laps, gaps the leader, and then starts running down the field, protest it. What are you scared for? There's no tech regionally. Well, then maybe you guys, regionally racers, should have a powwow with your promoters, pull out the money, protest the boats. If big money and whole shot awards are in place, I think tech should just be in depth and pre and post race. Just my unknowledge of thoughts. And if there's money involved, tech should be really thick. Fuel allows the use of other performance enhancing things like timing and compression. That's why I personally think the Zeal shouldn't have been added to the class. It wasn't needed. I protested against it, but certain people wanted it. I'm not really invested in the sport anymore, so it is what it is. I'm with you. I think the sport class really, there is no advantage. The blasters have been doing just fine with the HXs. They really have. We got racing this weekend, Pro Watercross. Get together. Empty C12 cans on Sunday. C12 is leaded. Have the tag take a shot. If you guys have problems, remember, when you see IGSBA make those posts about amendments and rule changes and suggestions, don't just scroll by it. Actually submit it. Work with your promoters. Promoters, work with your racers. Racers, work with your promoters. Work. Let's say it together. Can we say work with promoters? It's not that hard, guys. That's the reality of what we have to do. Blasters just need better riders, not more parts. The same. I think in the end of the day, that's what we got. Till next time. Keep crying. Get your tissues ready. Or just put in the time and get better. Till next time. Hoorah.